So if you're watching live, say hi when you get here. If you're watching later on YouTube, give me a comment there. Let me know that you're watching. Thumbs and hearts are always appreciated. Hey, Sue. Okay, so today, July 1st, today's going to be our workshop, and I'm calling it Fun Day at Sea with coffee, because I want to use a bunch of fun sea life and ocean type sets. Hey, Sean. Hey, Gail. So these are all of the sets that I have that have anything to do with the ocean. Cool, Sean. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the workshop first. Actually, I want to talk about designer series papers. Looks like 9 packs are on sale. So picture is posted, link is posted. Take a look at that. I'll talk more about that later. But I have 2 batches of swaps, and I'm going to do those at the end. So Sean, you can stay for as long as you can, and then go back and watch these later. Okay, first up, we're going to do some vellum and some blends. And I actually might change out the color of blends that we're using because I wasn't totally happy. We're doing a note card because guess who meant to order 2 packs of white envelopes and ended up with 2 packs of Whisper White note cards and envelopes. And I wondered when I was putting my order in, why was it like $1 or $2 less? Because I thought, Toni, you're usually really good about the math. And that's why, because I didn't have time. I was trying to get it in quick. So we're using these things up. So these note cards are good because they come pre-folded. It's the thick cardstock. It comes with an envelope, so you don't have to worry about making, a certain size envelope. It's all good. So we're doing vellum. And this is how your kit's going to come. You're going to get the note card and the envelope. You're going to get a piece that is 3 1/4 by 4 3/4. Then you're also going to get a piece of vellum that is 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 by 4 3/4. Is that what I said before? I can't remember. But this vellum also has an adhesive sheet attached to it, and then I have run it through the embossing folder, the Seashells embossing folder. Okay. Then you're also going to get a bit of ribbon, which I will cut off, when I figure out how much we need. And that's going to be your kit. All right, your make and take kit for that project. Now, I know these sheets are still the old ones, but I'm using them all up. And then I think when I get through these, I still have some of the big 12 by 12 ones that we used to carry a long time ago that have Sizzix written all over them. So that's that. So I like putting the adhesive sheet on here because then you don't have to see the adhesive through the vellum. Like whatever you decide you're going to tape it down with. I know, Gail, you found one that's good, but I just like this better. And what I'm going to do is then I'm going to mount it on the white, and we will attach that to our note card. So for this first one, you guys, I'm all discombobulated. All right, workshop for this month, $50 order is going to get you the make and take kit for, all the projects that I'm making today. And you're going to get this ephemera pack, Expressions in Ink ephemera pack. Now, I know this is not available until July 15th, but I'm not closing this out until the end of July, so that doesn't matter. But what we get are these cool little sequins that are like iridescent. They're not really sparkly, but they do change color some. So that comes with there. And then you get all these, I think there's 8 sheets total of these gold leaves and little berry things. And then these little bits that we're going to use for greetings. So you may be wondering, what does leaves have to do with Fun Day at Sea? And you'll see, it's going to work. Because all I want is some of these little leaf bits. And then you'll have the rest of your pack. And we're going to use some of the the greeting things too. But I like this. I used this half my pack on some swaps last week or the week before, and I really like them. So, all right, that's our freebie. Let's get to it. So a few weeks ago, I did a technique with vellum and alcohol and a dropper. And so that's what I'm going to do again today, just on this one thing. So I'm using this little eyedropper thing that I got from Walmart. It came in a 2-pack. You need something, a blowy tool, either this or like a straw. Hey, Molly, you need a little bit of 91% alcohol. And my wires are getting in the way. So I'm just going to, this is just an old, accessory case that I'm holding that in. If you had a little cup or a little something or other, that works too. You need a plate or something to work on. Oops, and that's our sample that we're going to use. Okay, so what we do, we start by taking your Stampin' Blends. Dark colors work better. I chose the dark soft succulent, the dark pale papaya. These are both in colors. And I did the soft succulent because I have the ribbon and I want at least that one color to match. Now I use dark So Saffron, and actually I think I wanted to change that. I wanted to do something in the pink, so hold on. Like, I just decided this morning that I wanted to change it from the saffron. So I'm going to look for dark polished pink. That was the light. Magenta. How did these get all so messed up? Rococo Rose. Dark polished pink. Is this it? Yes. Okay, so I'm going to try papaya, polished pink, and the soft succulent. So we're going to take the brush ends, and I'm just going to cover, like, don't worry that you're coloring right over the embossed bits. That's okay. I am going to try to hit these leaves, and then some in here, like mix it up, fill in. Get some down here. I think there's a shell here. Okay, and then leaves. So just quickly color. And I don't know if you can tell, I tried to do some splattering on the one yesterday. I don't care for that, so I'm not doing that today. All right, now we're adding the pink. This is the dark polished pink. And this, I want like kind of an even mix of pink and the papaya. So now we're going in with dark pale papaya, and it's really just filling in everything else. And ooh, that wasn't dry. So I do want to let this dry for a minute. And some up here. All right. So this looks kind of icky and a mess. And I just need it to dry. I can see it's a little bit shiny. So over here, I want to let that dry. Actually, let me do the blowy tool because this works for drying it too. Nice. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we take, let me get a paper towel just in case. We're going to take a little, scoop up some of this, and I'm going to do, oops, that's like too much. I just want small drips, drops, blobs. And I'm going to do the green first. All right. And so see, it's already starting to move. So I just want to push it around a little bit. This alcohol tends to like bleach the color out. So I'm just gonna blow it around, and I want some of those like veins, some of the watermarks. It's like I want to blow it out and then blow it back in. And then I just want to get a few other small little drops of alcohol, because that's when you really see this moving. Let me bring this up a little closer. And I do this on a plate, a paper plate, because then it's easier for me to turn the piece while I'm working. See how this like completely gone? So I just want to do teensy. Now I'm going to go in the colors and just a few little drops. You could flick things around if you wanted. Let me move this. In the end, it's going to look great, but right now it just looks like a hot mess. All right, a few more little drops. You could even try a spray bottle. That may give you, if you could control the sprays. Like, I want droplets. I don't want just like a fine mist. But this is really a lot, just playing with it and see until you get what you want. Okay, I am kind of happy with that. Blobby, but you still get the seashell look, and of course it's still raised up. So that is the technique. Now you could use any blends that you want, really, because that's another reason for using the soft succulent, the green ribbon. Greens are pretty, what do you call it, like neutral. You know, there's greens in so much, in everything really. So you can use greens and blues really for neutrals. But you'll be able, I'm sure, if you don't have soft succulent. Now I'm just putting this back in my container. Squeeze it and put it back in. But if you don't have the soft succulent markers, the Stampin' Blends yet, I'm sure you have some green that would work. All right, and then that's that. So then you would let this sit and dry. And I'm just going to move this out of the way. And these will have to go somewhere right down here. So you'll take this and let it dry. Another reason why I like putting the adhesive on the back first is as this dries, it's going to curl up like quite a bit, depending on how much alcohol you use. Putting the adhesive on kind of keeps it from getting out of hand with the curling. So this is what we end up with. This is what I'm going to finish my card with. But here you can see I've got the saffron, the dark saffron around here, then the pale papaya, and then the green, and I like how that all ended up. But see this curling? Like, that's hardly anything really. That's still pretty flat. So this is going to work. Man, it is raining out of nowhere now. So once your piece dries, you're going to take your piece of white that again is 3 1/4 by 4 3/4, and we're just going to lay it on here. So we have to pick the back layer of our adhesive off, and I like to get just like a corner, this area, like this end, and I do have to drag this a little closer to me. I want to line up this corner and then scooch it around. There we go. And then I'm just going to peel it and press. I'm peeling it back and pressing, and then you don't have any air bubbles or extra lumps or anything. And then we threw this away. Okay, so putting it behind white really makes it pop a little more, and I can tell something was not quite even, so I'm just going to give this a little trimmy. Yeah, I thought it was finished raining. We had rain last night, which was good because that really brought the temperature down some. But I thought we were finished with that today. Okay, so there we go. Seashells, and I just love this. because with the embossing, you can still totally see it. All right, now here's how it's gonna go. We're gonna get some ribbon, tie this around. Then we're picking out one of our gold frames from here. And I'm gonna use just this little one. Oop. Oh, and that's why I had this little piece. You're also gonna get a little scrap of white. And of course, you know, you're gonna pick whatever greeting. If you wanted to use this bigger one, use the bigger one. That part's up to you. Oof, this is sticking. You know what? I'm just gonna leave this out because I need it anyway. I think there was 4 sheets of these in the pack. So you get really, there's 2 labels of that size, 2 here. So 8 times 4, right? No, 4 times 4. You get 16 of these, and then the leaf bunches, and then this pack of sequins. I think it's really good. So I'm gonna use a smaller one. Let's see. So this I'm gonna throw away. I don't really have any use for that. This leaf I want. And all these little bits. So there are tiny little pieces inside, in between here. So you want to get those out. All right, so that is going to be our frame that we're using. Now I take this and I just hold it up to another piece of paper, and I'm going to use this as a template so that I can have something to stamp on that is going to fit. Okay. And it might not be exactly right. I may still have to trim some of the bottom. I mean this part. All right, get this. Now if you wanted to save this and punch stuff out of it, that's up to you. I always have grand plans. I'm gonna do something ingenious like that, and then it never happens, so I know myself. All right, so I want the ribbon's gonna go over here, and we're gonna tie it here. This, I don't want to cover up all this colorful goodness, so I'm gonna put my greeting over here. See, that should fit in. Nice. Okay, now you're also going to need some regular tape for this, or glue dots. You know what? No, we're going to use glue dots. All right. And I want soft succulent ink. And the greeting I'm going to stamp is, so basically I'm going to stamp this and then line it up here, attach it along the back so it stays together as a unit, and so I can pop it up, and then we will finish. So the greeting that I had picked that is going to fit, I think, is "Love You to the Beach and Back." Where is it? Oh, right here on the end. Okay. And then it stopped raining. So that came out of nowhere and lasted all of 5 minutes. All right, how do I have that schmutz on there? Let me get my little eraser thingy. I don't know how something landed right there in the middle. Okay, "Love You to the Beach and Back." And I'm gonna try to get this straight-ish. All right, good. It's hard when it's, you know, not right in front of my face. All right, so again, that was soft succulent ink. And I'm gonna just put this away real quick. All right, now flip this over, flip this over, because I want this to fit right in here. And if it doesn't, I still want the gold to be on the outside, like the gold showing through. All right, now here's where you either take some regular tape or take some glue dots, and we're going to attach these. So I'm laying it so the glue dot crosses my white paper, and then just barely touches that edge, this gold edge. All right, let me bring this up. So see how, oh, and I've got a little gap there. I'm not going to worry about that. This is close enough. I'm going to put one more over here. Now, if you're wondering where do these glue dots come from, those are from Paper Pumpkin kits. Okay, I like it. Now, the fact that you can see through this here and here, not worried about that because it's going to go on this background. All right, now let's just put some, and I'm not peeling up the paper from those glue dots. That's just there to keep things attached. All right, so I'm putting that there. And let's see, this is how our card's going to come together. So here, here, I love you to the beach and back. We're going to have our little ribbon. And actually, let me go ahead and measure that. And by measure it, I mean eyeball it. I'm going to try for a bow. Now, I just saw this trick where you cut this ribbon in half. And you can do this with any ribbon you have, really. So if something is too thick, make it thinner. If it's not thick enough, double it up. So I'm just cutting this right down the middle, and I'm not going to worry about if it frays, because that might be a cool look. But I do think I'm only going to use one side of this, like one half. I'll use the other half when I make that other card. I feel like I should be able to just like zip through this. You know how you do with when you're cutting wrapping paper? Let me try it. Nope, doesn't quite work. All right, so this, and actually I'm just going to run my finger. Let's make it fray a little bit. So I think that'll be part of the good beachy vibe that I want. All right, then I'm going to take white baker's twine, same amount, and I'm going to tie those together. And let's start with tying this around our layer. And I want my bow like up top. So it's easy for me to like get it in the middle, tie it, and then I'm gonna tie it in a knot using one finger to hold it down and the other two to like flip the ribbons around. I mean, we have 10 fingers, right? Use them all. All right, and then I can scooch this up where I want. Okay. And then I'll tie my bow. And if you wanted to leave the baker's twine off, leave it off. If you decide you don't like it. And I am looking for kind of like a messy-ish bow. I like that. Oh, I thought this was a piece of my hair. It's a piece of the ribbon. I don't like that hanging around there. Okay, so I can still see the color here, which is what I want. And then I want to put our greeting here. And then I did want this gold, actually, nope, I don't want that. I decided, because I want to use the sequins on this one. You have flood warnings everywhere. Hey, Lori. Yeah, raining in Glen Burnie. Not surprised because you're like 5 minutes away from me. But that came out of nowhere, didn't it? All right, now this, I'm going to glue this on. Not necessarily going to pop it up. It is pretty sturdy because by now we've got a layer of vellum, a layer of adhesive in the middle, that adhesive sheet, and then the Whisper White, or I keep calling it Whisper White after 20 years. Hey, Betty. The basic white. All right. So this is pretty sturdy. I'm just going to glue it. If you want to pop yours up, pop yours up. All right, let's get this. I like that. All right, now, all right, it keeps tricking me. It thinks that it's my hair. So this, I didn't fold this note card, so I'm gonna have to go back and fix that. But all we're doing now, we're gonna add the greeting. And I just realized that I've taken half an hour with this and I have to get through 3 more projects. This is crazy. All right, put that there. Although, to be fair to myself, workshops usually go a little longer than I like. So that's just the way it is. All right, now we'll take some of the sequins that, again, come in your ephemera pack. And I just want to put a couple. They're see-through-ish, so they're going to be like iridescent against this, you know, whatever your color is, they show up. Oh, I like that. I really like that. And actually, I want to add a couple more. One more there, and 5 might be excessive, but I don't care. So they're kind of like all going up. And I like that. I love it. Love it, love it. Love you to the beach and back. Yes, I do. Okay, so that is project number 1. That's our note card. And we use the Friends Are Like Seashells. And then we did our little vellum technique. So let me put this over. Ooh, let me bring this one back. So you can see more how our other piece is drying. That really, I like both. This is softer with the yellow, and it really stands out more with the pink. I'm going to like both of them. And I will finish this one to take a picture to show them, you know, both next to each other. All right. Number 2, project number 2, another card. Actually, they're all cards today. This time, I'm going to be using the Sailing Home. Oop, and I need my linen thread. Actually, I need a sip of coffee. How about that? Hi, Patricia. Yeah, that seashell embossing folder is really awesome. I love it. Okay, so I'm using Sailing Home, and I just got this. I got this and the dies that go with it because I wanted the die that, let me show you. This one that makes all the, like the vines, I keep seeing it in so many things, and this is useful. So I wanted this and that and this lighthouse and the anchor. I mean, I like everything else too, but this was the driving force of, I got this, and actually I express shipped it so I would have it in time for today. So I want to show you, this is how I do my stamps. I don't always put the stickers on them. Like out of this set, I would probably only put the sticker on this You Are My True North. Anything that's really skinny, that may not stick to the block well, or a very teeny tiny stamp, I would put the stickers on. Everything else, I just don't care for them. So you pop these out. These are the cling, the rubber, which are my favorite. I still trim them. So I peel this off, the backing off, and I just go around and I get it as close as I can to the image. I try not to undercut, but sometimes I do. Actually, sometimes I want that, but I just want things as close as I can get them. You know, this is, for me, back in 21 years ago when we had to cut all our own rubber and we only had wood mount. It was a big deal to get our new stamps, and you couldn't just open the pack and start using them. You had to do some homework, some prep. All right, and I don't go in every nook and cranny. It's different every time. Like I'm going to lift this up and there. And then we're almost done. And then I like to get these corners. All right. So not a terrible amount of time. And I do tend to do, you know, I would sit down and do the whole set. Not just the one or two that I want to use. But you could do yours as you want to use them as well. That's up to you. All right. So I need my block or a block that is going to fit that. Nope. Figures I would grab the wrong one. Oops. There we go. Is this going to work? Jeez. Let's go for the big mamma jamma. All right, this should work. So I've got my big lighthouse. All right, for this technique, I am going to do some ink blending in just a little spot. So we have, you're going to have an envelope too. You have to see what you're stamping. Oh, funny. No, not today you don't. We're stamping as we go. All right, so we've got Night of Navy, 5.5 by 8.5, and fold that in half. Let me get my notes where I can see them. Fold it in half. Oh, how did I not have that scored right? What? All right, hold on. We may have to do a redo. I probably just messed up the score. Oh, it wasn't 8.5. That's what I get for pulling the wrong scrap. All right, hold on. Redo. Okay, so I just grabbed the wrong piece to score. I will use that for something else. All right, not the end of the world. Whew. So 8.5, I'm scoring at 4.25. Yeah, Gail, I know sometimes I have a sample done and sometimes I don't. And I don't really worry about that because I figure if people just want to come and look at the cards, they can just skip to the end and see them anyway. But yeah, this is my sketch for today. It was going to be sideways landscape, and then I changed it to this way. And I know this doesn't mean anything to anybody else, but for me, I get it. So that's what I drew out. All right, so Night of Navy. Let me get all these pieces. Then we've got a piece of white, 4 by 5.25. This is for the inside. Misty Moonlight, 4 by 5.25. That's going to be our layer. Then we've got Designer Series paper. This is from the In Good Taste, which I'm pretty sure that is on the sale list, right? Yes, In Good Taste. And this is the big pack. So you'll notice it's normally $21 and it's $17.85. That's because it's twice as much. I think there's 24 pieces in there instead of the normal 12. So that's what this is from. So I've got this piece is 3 3/4 by 5. So that's going to give us that 1/4 inch layer. And then this piece, it's from the same piece, but it's just flipped over. This one is 2 by 4. It's going to go there. And then our white is 2.5 by 3 3/4. And that's going to go like this. Gail, oh, you meant you need to see the label so you can see the stamp when I'm stamping. Oh, for real? I never, I guess I just don't pay attention to that. And I guess I'm used to other companies like where they don't have any image on it. So as long as I have the shape, I'm good. But sometimes I do like a different block that has lines on it, like ones I've gotten from, oh, it would fit on here, from Michael's. Like if you're trying to line something up, like I kind of want this part to be straight. I want to line that up kind of with a line. So I would do that. But yeah, the stickers, I don't really trust them. So, all right, interesting. All right, so let me get back. I want to stamp, these are the colors I'm using. Balmy Blue, Misty Moonlight, and Night of Navy. So I'm going to stamp the lighthouse in the navy, the birds in the misty. Oh, I need my birds. And this is one where I might do the sticker. So actually, let's just go ahead and do that. Then I'm going to do the ink blending in the Balmy Blue. All right, Gail, I'm going to do your trick for putting the stickers on. So we peel this sticker. All right, we peel this up, put it on a block. Then we pick this paper off. Oops, and I almost just threw my stamp. Pick that off, and then we peel this paper off. Put this upside down, then we flip this, and then we just find how it matches up. And now I gotta bring my head in a little bit. Does that look right? And then bam, stick it down. Okay. I tell you, that is a pretty genius of you as far as mounting. All right, I'm not going to do any trimming around here. Just, we're going to see how it goes. This does make me nervous though, because these edges, if I catch an edge, that's the end of it. That's when I go in and I would cut in here, and I would cut in this V and get all around. All right, good for now. So let's start with some ink blending, and I'm going to get my light blue ink blending brush and Balmy Blue. All right, now I just want to, the idea is I'm going to ink blend right here in the middle some, and then I'm going to stamp right on it in the Night of Navy. And this is just to give it a little bit of color. I can tell I might want that to be that way. I'm not good with this ink blending like on the middle of the page. I'm better at it like coming in from the sides. But that's good enough. It's stormy. That's what's going on there. All right, then we're going to take Night of Navy. Actually, let me clean this off some. You like that way? Oh, you mean for mounting, right? All right, I'm going to ink this up. And actually, I'm going to do a test one there. Very juicy. All right, that is great. All right, I'm lining this up. Boop. Excuse me. Oof, I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Now, I wasn't going to put a greeting on this one because, you know, you could use it for birthday. You could use it for hello, thinking of you, anything, really. But I do want to clean this off. Which reminds me, so I just got a new bottle of the cleaning spray. And I had my order, I did the express shipping, so it was in a box. It got here Monday. And they put the cleaning, you know, the bottle's like this big now, 8-ounce bottle. They put it in a baggie, and then it's got a spray tip. Well, the baggie, like the bottom, I don't know, inch or so was full of the cleaning solution. Like the top wasn't sealed entirely. So, hey, Di. So it was like it leaked out. At least it didn't wreck any of my paper. It all stayed in the bag. But I'm going to post a picture of it because if that ever happens, you let me know, because I called and I got a credit. You know, I took a picture of it so I could show them, and they gave me a credit because I said, I don't want you to send me a whole new bottle because you would send it by itself in a bubble wrap envelope, and that's just going to get all jacked up too. So I said, don't do any of that. But they gave me a credit for, you know, my next order. But so if anything ever happens like that to you, you've placed an order with me, you have to let me know so I can take care of it. Because, you know, when you pay $11 for a bottle of cleaner, we shouldn't have to see, you know, a bunch of it in a baggie, like leaked out. Okay, all right, so I'm just taping that here. And then I'm going to add the other side of that designer paper. Die, no worries. You made it. And actually, this is only a second project. All right, and then I'm putting this. I feel like I didn't get this quite straight. Let me peel this up. Something seems off. So let me just hold it. All right, that's better. Okay, now before I mount this, this is gonna go like that. I wanna put my birds in Misty Moonlight. And let's make sure they're flying the correct way. That's up. Okay. Boop. And let's put some more down there. That's it. I love that. All right. Now, normally I might think about mounting this on another layer of probably Night of Navy or so. But I want to keep this one kind of simple. So I don't want to do that. But I am going to pop it up after I tie some linen thread to it. So for some reason my linen thread has gotten separated and jacked up. I guess that's good, like if you wanted to use just this one strand by itself. But I do want to use all three. So, and I have a bunch of different rolls, so I don't know how this is. All right, so I'm just going to wrap this around a couple of times. So I'm not going to do any knot or anything. So I want to tape it on the back. Let's get this started. Boop. And then just wrap it around, wrap it around. And I want that to be more straight, not crisscrossy. Okay, and then smash it down there. Now to make sure, I do want to pop this up. To make sure that this doesn't come up, I'm going to put dimensionals right on top of there. So that's going to help stick it down, stick that linen thread down, keep it in place. And then I can add more all up the rest of the card. Bloop. Couple more. There we go. Is that enough, Gail? I feel like I could squeeze at least one more on there. Oh, you're funny, Peggy. With the coffee and a cookie, you need more coffee and a cookie. I need coffee too. So, Di, you finished your last physical therapy? Excuse me. That's great. That is great that you're getting better, recovering. All right, so let's glue this in. Yeah, Peggy, when you say you need more coffee and a cookie, that made me think of the stamp set, because I just saw somebody did something really cute with that. All right, so I'm gluing this on. Move that around just a little. All right, and now we will put this on. And again, you know, you would add whatever greeting you wanted. And the greeting could be hanging over here, could be hanging over here, could be down here, wherever you want, really. But I do want to add some more of these sequins. Oh, actually, nope, I didn't want to add them on here, because this is not sparkly. I just want to tape this on the inside. So we have our white on the inside, so you can write on, stamp your greeting, do whatever. Okay. Nice, nice. All right. And I like with the three different blue colors. I'm liking that. The balmy blue, like, it feels like it's a little on the light side, but I do like it. All right, so that is number 2. flip pages. All right, and I do need a sip of coffee. All this talking. They left you exercises to do, Di? Well, good. Keep it up. Keep it up. All right. Card number 3 and time check. All right, 45 minutes. So the other thing that I was excited and had to get and to play with was these diorama dies, or diorama. I don't know how you're supposed to say it. A hard A. Let me flip through here. So these dies. I've been seeing a lot of really cool things with these. Now, if you didn't have these, you could probably go in with like an X-Acto knife or something and make your own wonky pattern. But I liked them. So for this, I'm also using the Seascape dies and glimmer paper. So I'm cutting out some coral and a bunch of 3 fish. So you'll get 3 fish that may or may not be the same color that I'm using. Let's get back to, let me get my ephemera kit back out. So we've got glimmer paper, fish, and these pieces. Okay. So with these, let me lay out my fish. So I ended up with a blue one, a purple one, and they do go different ways. And a yellow one, we'll hide them up there. Seascape bundles on back order. I hadn't realized that. I was still checking the expressions in ink paper. That's still saying the 28th, right? But so your coral and your fish may be different colors. I just cut a 2-inch strip off the, this comes 12 by 12. And you get 2 pieces. I think it's $5. And this is the silver, like sparkly, glittery paper. Ugh. But it doesn't feel, it doesn't have glitter falling off of it. So it's got the shimmer, and this does feel a little rough, but you're not going to get stuff falling off. So that's good. But that's all I did to get this, was cut a 2-inch strip and then did all my die cutting. All right, I do want to put this back in here before I lose it. Okay, so card for this is Just Jade. The thing with using these dies, we want to have a layered effect. So the largest die has to be what you're seeing first. Then you get smaller and then smaller so that everything looks layered inside. So I've got a Just Jade background, and I'm going to die cut your pieces for you, okay? Because, you know, I want you to be able to recreate it. Let's just shake all these bits out. So all the middle pieces, save these for something else, all right? You know, it could be a lake, it could be, water, it could be rocks, like we'll do something with that, but put those over there. But this is the way I lined them up. So if we want to flip them around, so I did Just Jade, that's the largest die cut. Then I did Coastal Cabana and then Bermuda Bay. All right, and we want to, I didn't go more than 3 because this is going to be pretty bulky, but this is how we're going to layer them up. So I'm not super happy with this one. Let me flip it around. Okay, I like that better. Although that seems a little matchy-matchy. But to me, this looks smaller. Undecided. I think I'm going to go this way. Yep. All right. Now, if you wanted to stamp on these layers before you attach them, go for it. I'm not going to do that, and I'm not going to make this 3D, but you could. You know, you would have to change your card around because, you know, this is the top. All I'm going to do is glue these down in order. All right. I think a 3D thing, that would be nice, but that would be a different project. Certainly not. I don't have time to go into that right now. All right. And am I Yeah, this is the right direction. So I cut these layers down. I'm gonna have to measure. I think I did these an 1/8 inch down. And I did them both the same, I'm pretty sure. So we just wanted to, yep, layer them on top. So let me just double check. Probably 4 by 5 1/4. Doesn't look like it's quite exactly matching up. All right, let me double check this. Yep, okay, I want that. So understand that whenever, you know, whatever you're putting here for the edges, you're going to see it on the inside of the card. Oops. So like this, you're still going to be able to see it. I don't want to cover it up with a sheet of white necessarily. Let me fold this in half. See, there we go. And I'm going to just slide it under here, do my scoring. What I do want to put is the white on the inside. So you've got, this will be a piece of white that is 5 by 4 1/4, and then you will also have another piece that's 5 by 4 1/4 with the corner notched off. And this always means that you're supposed to stamp on this and either punch something out or cut something out of it. Okay. But what I want to do with this is the Seascape stamp. Blah, that is a tongue twister. Seascape stamp set. I want to add some of this coral. All right, and I need a block. And this is going to do, it doesn't fit all the way, but that's okay. So I want this to peek through, boop, like right here. All right, so I'm going to stamp this here. Let me drag that out. And I'm going to do this in, what color do I want? I'm actually thinking I want Magenta Madness. Or do we want to go with the typical, let's go with Calypso Coral. I just changed my mind since we do want it to be coral. But I slid this off and kept this here, so that's my position. All right. Just as like a placeholder. Now the thing with this being open, you're only going to be able to write, you know, like around the edges. But I think that's still good enough. You can write all the way down here and over here, and you'll be fine. Otherwise, we could have made this like all of this been a layer with the white behind it. You know, cut this off and have this just be a layer on another card. But I like it opening, I like having it be the hole that you look through. All right, let's put that there. And I'm going to go ahead and tape this in. Just so we can see. All right. Nice. I like that. All right. Coral. So yours is going to be cut out of the glimmer paper. And this is really, it's just thick. It's got like that coating on the back of it. But I like that. It's not flimsy. It's not going to rip while I'm mucking around with it. All right, now this coral die has these little pieces. You can go in and like flip them up, make them a little bit 3D. I don't have time for that. Like, I think I did that on one card I've made, and I thought, well, I don't have an interest in doing that on every single one. But that's up to you. All right, but I want that guy to stick right here. All right, right down at the end, and I'm going to use liquid glue. So the only thing to pay attention here is obviously you don't want to put glue over top of what's hanging over this white bit, because, you know, duh, that would stick our card shut. All right, And I'm just going to add glue, glue, glue. And again, if you were to flip all these little nooks and crannies up, I mean, the glue would be poking through there anyway. All right, let's put this here. And it doesn't have to be perfectly at the bottom. All right, let me hold that there for a minute and have a sip of coffee. Oh, thank you, Sandra. Yeah, I like these colors together. So we've got Jade, Coastal Cabana, Bermuda Bay, and glue on my finger. All right, and see? So did I get glue there? Yep. I was not paying attention. I need to get that up so it's not going to stick, because I don't want my card to be stuck shut. All right. Now fish. Some of the fish I want to pop them up, and others I will glue right down. So fish are going to go, let's say here, here, and then I want a whale here. So now for our fun day at sea, we're bringing in the next set, whale big or whale done. If you wanted a turtle, stamp a turtle, cut them out, go for it. I want the whale. And he comes with a punch. I don't think this is at a bundle price anymore, right? Because this was a set from last year. But I do want to do him in, not necessarily blue. I want purple. Let's see how Gorgeous Grape looks. I know whales aren't purple in real life, but I don't care. I just want it to be pretty. All right, so you're going to bring in your piece that we're going to stamp on. And I'm just going to put it right there. That's very dark. Let me just stamp again without re-inking. So this will be second generation. And I don't really like that one. I'm going to go with the dark one. All right, and then let me wipe this off. With my chamois. And put him back. All right, we want to take the whale punch and we will punch him right out. Now, if you don't have the punch, he is easy enough to hand cut. Okay. Put that there, get all these little bits and pieces out of here. All right, and actually I did want to use one of these little gold bits behind here too, because I do want to start bringing in more of the gold. Oh, I probably should have done this before all that glue set. Redo later. All right. Ooh, I love it. I love it with the purple. So I want to pop him up. Dimensionals. And I'm going to use some of these from the ends. And again, I don't want to put any adhesive right at the very tippy top. So let's just go like here, and then another one here, and I want to give a little, put a mini one on his tail, just because I don't want that flying around too much. All right. So yeah, if this front of the card was not, if it's too plain for your liking, you would just stamp something on here, like some kind of background, maybe the leaves or something, some more coral, some of this stuff, some, you know, little seahorses. You could do that before anything else. All right, and now let's add our fish. And like I said, I wanted some of them. Let's go with 2 of them popped up and 1 flat. Pop up and This one will be flat. Just a little bit of glue. All right. You love it, Di? That's awesome. I figured you would like this. You like all the sea life and beachy stuff. All right, and then our other fish here. Ooh, I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Now I definitely want some sequins, and I do want a greeting. So you have this piece, you know, plenty of room obviously to stamp and cut out your whale, but then whatever greeting you want. So this one I had wanted like a thinking of you or birthday or something, but I still want to use these stamp sets. So actually let's do this one. Let's do a I'm so happy I found you, because then I can put that like right along here. Thank you too. That works good. I mean, thank you also. All right, and for the color, since this is going to go down here, and I am going to hand cut this, I'm going to let you know that. I think I want to bring in like the darker color. So I want Bermuda Bay. I love all these colors together, by the way. All right, I'm so happy I found you. And I'm going to get this kind of close to the edge because, like I said, I'm going to hand cut it. And I want to wipe this off. I got ink all in these nooks and crannies. I just want to get that before, I don't want to put it back with any ink still on it. All right. And this is letting my ink dry a little bit since this is very juicy. All right, so I'm just gonna hold this here. And you could slide this in your paper trimmer as well. I've just been pretty confident with hand cutting lately, and I don't know why. All right, so let's get that out of here. So I'm gonna mount this, and I think I'm gonna put this just straight on with some glue. I don't wanna pop this up, because I feel like I've already got the fish popped up, I've got the whale popped up. Put that there, and then I can move it around a little bit. All right, now let me just hold this in place. Boop, and have some coffee. Yeah, Sean, the paper sale. Yep, I did mention that at the beginning. I will mention it again. Let's talk about it now. Yeah, there's 9 pieces or 9 packs. You know what I realize is we don't have anything in the catalog period that would be like sea lifey or beachy, other than like maybe the generic, you know, like the In Color or the color packs. Some of the stuff in the In Good Taste, I think, could go beachy, the way I use like on card number 2. But yeah, Tidings of Christmas. This is a 6x6 pack. Actually, all of these are 12x12 except for the Tidings of Christmas. This is 6x6. So, yep. Good, good, good. We'll bring that back again. All right, that is in place. And I only got a little bit of glue on my finger. All right, definitely need sequins here. Again, these sequins are from the ephemera pack that you're going to get with your order if you use the hostess code. And let's add a bunch of these. They can be like bubbles if you want, or just for, I think I want 5. So I'm gonna have like here, nope, 2 over here. And then I'll do another one right here. I love it. I'm so happy I found you. Oop, I see that glue now. That's where it got on my finger. Let me get this real quick. Okay. Nice. And I do have to pay attention because I have to leave at 1 o'clock. All right, so which reminds me that I may not get this uploaded to YouTube until Saturday because, like I said, I got to leave at 1. I'll be at work. And then tomorrow we're actually going to go to a concert tomorrow night. Like the first time ever, first time, you know, in a year. But it is outdoors. All right, card number 3. So all that to say that it may be Saturday before I get this loaded up anywhere. YouTube and getting my blog updated. Blah. All right, 4th card. So I'm undecided on the ribbon yet. I'm either using Fresh Freesia or the Gorgeous Grape. So I've pulled both of them. And again, we're using another note card since I ordered those by accident. Now we have to use them up. So your kit, you're going to get your envelope, your card. Again, this is 3.5 by 5. Oh, it looks like this whole batch is not folded exactly right. Let me fix this time. So pay attention to that. All right, 3.5 by 5. You're also going to have a piece that I've cut out with the diorama. This is to use as a mask, okay? So I'm going to do ink blending all in here. And then we're going to add, you will have the seaweed bit cut out of, this is the new gold. It comes in the pack with it's gold and rose gold. And there's 6 by 6 pieces. And I am really glad I got this because I like it. It looks like it looks grainy and very sparkly, but it is smooth to the touch. All right, and I'm just I gotta peel this out. Now these little bits, if they don't want to come out, I'm not gonna fight them because they're probably gonna get covered up anyway. Yep, I'm not gonna fight it. All right, so let's start with the ink blending. So this piece is the same size, 3.5 by 5. So what I start out with, you're gonna need some kind of tape, like Post-it notes or Post-it tape, something to hold this down in place. And I'm just going to use a bunch of Post-it notes. So I'm taping the mask onto the note card. Okay. Excuse me. Very froggy right now. All right, taping that down. And the colors I'm using for this card are Fresh Freesia, Highland Heather, Gorgeous Grape. And I'm going to bring in, I think I only have one brush for purples. Yep. So I'm going to start with the lighter colors, or the lightest color. Get this out of the way. Trash. Trying to clean up. All right, and then after this card, don't forget I've got swaps to show you. All right, so I don't necessarily want a like lighter, then darker. You can do yours however you want. Yes, Di, this hostess code is good until July 31st. Yep. But so I don't want to necessarily do rings, but I'm going to do like at a diagonal. So let me get this lighter color going. And if you have sponge daubers, you know, that should work too. These blending brushes are still not available as far as I know. I guess they were just more popular than expected. All right, so this is the Fresh Freesia. And I'm not going to clean this off entirely. I just want to give it a quick brush off. Since I'm working light to dark, I'm not too worried about getting this entirely cleaned up. If you were doing dark to light, then, you know, different. All right, so now This is the Highland Heather, and I'm just gonna go right across, and I realize I might be a little shaky. See how I moved that? I gotta get that back. I probably should have taped my card down first. All right, pay attention, Toni. Let's add more Post-its. All right, I'm gonna cover some more of these. Yeah, Di, it is Christmas in July. Actually, is it starting now, or is it, I thought it was starting like July 9th. I mean, you know I love that. All right, I've got all my Post-it. It probably would have been easier to use tape at this point. But I've got Fresh Freesia, Highland Heather. I'm going to do some more Heather. And then the last one is going to be the darker, the Gorgeous Grape. All right, so again, quick swipe. And then we'll go in with the dark. Oh yeah, that's really dark. Okay. Oh, I like this. I like it. I like it. All right, now I can really get in here. And I like to do this, like wipe it off on my rag as much as I can, like while the ink is still wet. Because I feel like once it's dry, it's set, and then, you know, I won't get it out. So now I'm really going to take a few minutes and really scrub it. All right, so now let's peel up all of our papers. From our mask, and I'm not going to save these. You know, you could save this mask if you want, but oh, I love it. Totally cool. Yeah, you could save this and use it a couple more times. Eventually this gets ink logged, and you know, it'll start bleeding through the back, and it doesn't last forever. You know, it's paper. All right, so here's how this card is going to go. We're going to have our gold bit here. And then I want some of these gold. I want that one, and I want one of these. Nope, I want a leaf. Remember I said these leaves aren't just for flowers. I don't know if I said that, but I wanted to say that. So we're going to go like here and here. Then you're also going to have, I already cut these. You're going to have a scrap of white, again with the corner notched off. So I went ahead and I already stamped and die cut, because there's dies for these. The sand dollar and the seashell, or the starfish. This is in the Gorgeous Grape. This is in the Highland Heather. This little shell, this is in the Fresh Freesia. This does not have a die specifically. So this is, you're just going to hand cut this. And again, friends are like seashells. That's where I got this. And this die came from the Sailing Home dies. All right. Now I want Wink of Stella, which I forgot to get out. So let's see. Here we go. Shake, 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 shake. So I'm going to work lightest to darkest. This Wink of Stella is kind of acting like a watercolor pen. So you may start seeing some of the ink bleeding, like the color coming out. It works better if you've first stamped it, like when this ink would be pretty fresh. So now that I already stamped this last night, it's probably not going to move around a lot. But if it did, it would not hurt my feelings. All right, and then all over this one, I'm going to start in the middle. This one might be like getting towards the end, my Wink of Stella. All right, now I'm getting a little bit more bleeding of, and this is probably because it's the darker ink. I just wanted a little more color. And then I'm going to go back on here and maybe just smash it all over, trying to get more of that color bleeding. All right, I think this is good enough though. Okay. Those need to set off to the side to dry some. In the meantime, let's attach these. And I'm just going to use some glue. So let's build. I'm going to add the leaf. And I'm just holding this bunch of leaves up here just for placement. So I want that there. And then this one. Just going to put it there. Oops, that's a little too much glue. Ugh. All right, now we will attach these, and again with glue. If you wanted glue dots, use glue dots. So this paper has, you know, like the coating on the back, like I was saying, and that makes the glue like just a little bit slippery. All right, I'm putting that there. And let me just hold that down for a minute. Has it been on regular Hallmark? Okay. I thought it wasn't going to start till the 9th. All right, this glue, that's going to bother me, but I'm going to have to just wait until it's dry, because since I got it right on that gold foil, I can't mess with it when it's wet, because this will all just like move around. Okay. I love it. I want to pop these up and then sequins. So we were able to use, I was happy to use the leaves from the ephemera pack, and then we're going to add the sequins. And the sequins, I mean, this was, I think I had cut another bit off. Like, it was a good amount of sequins that come in that pack. All right. Do you like how I just talked myself out of the design I had planned? I was really intent on using ribbon. And that's just how it goes sometimes. All right. I love this, though. Definitely. I love the mask. All right, let's put this down. And now I just want to do some layering. Again, I don't necessarily want to cover up all of this gold goodness. And then this is another one. I'm leaving it blank. I'm going to fold this up. That glue is killing me. You could put, you know, you could put a greeting here. You could put a little something here. But I like it. All right, let's put that there. And oops, that flipped up. Down here. And I want 3. 3, 3, 3. Beep, beep, beep. And these ones I want kind of close together. Right there. Okay. All right, and now let me put my sequins back before I really lose them. Okay, so that is our card number 4 note card. I love this ink blending with the mask that we made with the diorama dies. I love it, love it, love it. All right, so let me bring in, I'll bring the cards back, and that can be, you know, people can take a picture or whatever. But then I want to get into the swaps, and I have time. All right, so here's our projects for today. We've got our vellum and the Stampin' Blends. And then with the alcohol, we've got some more ink blending and the lighthouse. We've got these diorama dies, the Seascape dies, some glimmer paper, whale punch. And then we've got masking and ink blending, and again with the gold leaves. This, I love it. That's gonna look nice in silver too. All right, so that's our projects. We've got a designer series paper sale. This is going on until August 2nd. All right, So it starts today, goes through August 2nd, and then August 3rd is when the mini catalog and the celebration catalog go live. And those, I had to select I did my mailings the other day. So, oh, funny, Sean. So those catalogs are coming. If you've ordered in the last 6 months, you're getting one. And you're getting the ephemera pack, Expressions in Ink ephemera pack with your order this month using this hostess code, okay? And then the other thing we have coming this month is Gail and I are doing another class over at Stamping Good Times, and we're going to be using the Flowers of Friendship bundle. So more coming on that. We're going to have a pretty quick turnaround, but we're going to do that one a different style. It'll be video and tutorial, so you'll get your packet and then you can work on your cards at your leisure. Okay, so that is it, and I will catch you guys next week. All right, thanks. Bye.